The quantum market is recovering after hours. I just got back to California after a week in Miami. It was a great trip, but now I'm bracing for the pollen season. If you've got any allergy survival tips, drop them in the comments. All right, I'm going to need them anyway. Now, on to the markets. The quantum sector just staged a strong recovery after today's dip. And if momentum keeps pushing, we could see a breakout above the 200-day moving average. But here's the thing, these things don't move like the rest of the market. And the stocks are unpredictable, highly volatile plays. And when they do run, they really run. So the real question is, are we at the start of the next surge, or is this more of a fake out? Tomorrow morning at market open, every stockmate that joins our current sale gets a custom profit plan, an AI powered, built for you, and delivered instantly. Plus, lifetime members get that free stockmate t-shirt. Love to see you there at market open tomorrow morning. Just click the link, second link in the description below. So Rigetti stock was one of the stocks we see started to push up. QBTS was up as well. D-Wave, IONQ, as well as Google, IBM, and NVIDIA had a pretty strong day as well. Now, the dip at market open had Rigetti down to $6.66. Start to see it push up. And now we're seeing that it pushed up above this EMA. With a move above the EMA, if it holds above this EMA right here, then that would indicate we could see it break above this green line. See this right here, this moving average? Right now, it's still on this trend. You see this trend? So a lot of the quantum stocks, if I pull this out, they're going to look about the same, this trend right here. And so now it looks like, oh, maybe it's going to get rejected, and this doesn't look too different from the rest of the trend. But here's the thing, Rigetti stock, if we jump into Stockmate, inside of Stockmate, every single week we post our earnings for the week and what companies we're watching. One of the breakdowns, we have the analysis of all the stocks and everything else, current prices, predictions, the markets, everything. And Wednesday, so after hours tomorrow, Rigetti stock is reporting earnings. Now, there's a lot of build up to these earnings. They are plugged in with AWS. We see them over in Microsoft here. You're able to use this quantum computer, this QPU, through the cloud online. Same thing, if you go over to Microsoft, you could use Rigetti. Now, with that being said, if we look at these earnings, we're going to see how much of that revenue is going to impact them. So, as of right now, on the technical side, it looks like, hey, they could get rejected, just continue this downtrend as they've been having for the past week or so. Or we start to see some momentum build. Maybe this is actually going to be the time when it breaks out of this trend, and we can see it get back into this range of between $8 to $10. And that could be a trade we could potentially be looking at tomorrow, and especially on Thursday. So those are the levels. That's a rejection zone. We want to see it break above $8. When it comes to the financials, because of the past news around their company struggling with turning profits, and you saw some of their net income, not as much as IONQ. IONQ had bigger revenues, but you can see that the revenues here have been holding around $3 million per quarter. It's not too small for a quantum computing company to see that, as they're just starting to break into the market. But here's the thing. Every quarter in 2024, we saw revenues miss and earnings per shares miss throughout the year. However, their stock has gone up tremendously, and institutional investors got in 2024 despite these financials. You could see some of the institutional investors, according to NASDAQ, they were getting in and buying this company, institutional holdings. We could take a look here, see their financials. You got BlackRock. This is one of the biggest companies that owns the most assets really in the world. Vanguard, State Street, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. You got Chase Bank as well. So the reason we bring that up is because when we're looking at these financials and we're saying, okay, net income's increasing 26% year over year, net income's now increasing 33% year over year in that quarter three. What's that net income going to look like come earnings tomorrow? If they start to close this gap even more, there could be potentially a craze around this stock over the next few months. And as we know, they are still, despite the sell offs we've seen, they are still on an overall uptrend over the past 3 months, or really 4 months since November. While this is a trend we're looking at, and they bounced down at this support here today, but they're starting to maybe break up above this $8 range. We're going to have to see, because if they do, let's take a look at the info line. Previous highs on Rigetti stock would be about $21, be about 165%. I'm not saying we're chasing previous highs, but if we see it, let's say get up to here is 25%, up in this range is 70%. There's still such a small market cap compared to some of the bigger tech companies that they work with. They work with Microsoft, Google, Nvidia. They're working with AWS, Amazon. So the market cap of 1.9 billion, it's not reflective of revenues by any means. Their revenue is very small. They need to see more revenue. But when it comes to the market that they're tackling, there could be tremendous opportunity if they play their cards right, and depending on some of the momentum we see build in their quantum computing in Q4 of 2024. If they don't have good earnings, it's not looking good. The next level is definitely down to $6. Maybe we get back into this territory of $3 to $5. That's not what you want to see. What you want to see is better net incomes that improve their financial outlook, maybe start to continue this overall trend and create a healthy, slowly growing dynamic for investors that invest in Rigetti stock. So we're going to cover QBTS, IONQ. We also cover the space industry and AI and tech. We're also building out some really great tools over here in Mercatus that I'm excited to get into with you guys. This is some data that we're building where you can look at future-based predictions of where prices will be for stocks and assets based on, and also visualize markets. As you can see, we could look at markets, see how companies are connected, everything else, and see what markets are expected to grow and what that growth looks like. And also, you could swap between different AI models. And this is something we're launching here in March. We have some beta testers, some beta users expected to get access very soon. And I'm excited to get this out to you guys. I think it's going to be innovative and potentially a tool I'll be using more in my analysis to get better insights into how markets are being developed and connected. And that's something that I'm excited to be giving out to some beta access people that are a part of Stockmate as well. And again, we have that sale down there in the second link below. Also, if you want earnings targets and watch me trade live at market open tomorrow morning, it's that second link in the description. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate you all. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.